So I want to welcome you here today. I can't wait to tell you about one of the new book projects Jeff and myself are working on. We're working on a new book here about creating explosive growth. When businesses get stuck, how can you take it past the next level? And Jeff, you know, it's a thrill. I mean, I look at all you've been able to accomplish in your business life, whether it be way back in the CTI days, which you sold to American Express, through the Priceline story and the wonderful outcome for that, for the other businesses that you've done, and to do a book together about how can a business, whether it be a few $100,000 a year in sales all the way up to $20, $30, $50 million a year in sales, how can a business in this level be able to take and explode its sales? How can it grow faster? How can it scale through strategy, through better innovation of systems, controls, etc.? And for me, it's just it's an honor and a privilege to do that. I would say the number one reason why I'm excited to do this is I think it's a marketplace that most business owners have never really gotten the how-tos for doing it. They've gotten the inspiration and they've gotten some of the how-tos, but most of the how-tos have been written for larger corporations, not really for the company that's a $6 million a year company versus the $600 million a year company. That for me is my big dream for wanting to hit this place. And for me, I've been wanting to write this book for years. What is it for you that's your big spark for wanting to serve this marketplace with this book?
Sure, and you know, David, I'm equally excited to be doing this. There's a lot of attention focused on, and I've personally been able to be involved a lot in the front end, the launch. There's a lot of attention focused on startups. Startups is a hot word, entrepreneurs is a hot word. So there's plenty of help you can get there. And there's a lot of tools and education on running a business when it's mature and stable. But that middle piece, explosive growth, is just this kind of dark forest that people don't venture into. Lots of souls get lost in there. So the lucky few burst out the other side and achieve explosive growth and become legends and stories they talk about. And for years, that was kind of the dark forest for me too. But in the last few decades, I've had opportunity over a period of years to live through that, to go through explosive growth, to make the mistakes, and then actually to get some things right, to understand how you ride that. I once told somebody, like during the Priceline days when we went through explosive growth in the rodeo, you ride the bull for 8 seconds, and if you can last 8 seconds, they ring the bell and you're done. In our case, it was 3 weeks later, and we were saying, is it 8 seconds yet? And weeks were going by. So explosive growth is one thing, but surviving explosive growth, how do I get it and how do I ride it so that I can eventually get back under control? Because during that growth period, it feels out of control. There are learnings. I learned a lot, and then I was fortunate enough to study a lot of other people and spend time with a lot of other people who've been through that growth thing. And I feel like if somebody had taken all those lessons and written them down and given them to me, how to get myself in position for explosive growth and then how to manage that growth when I got there, I might have achieved it way sooner in my career than I could have, and I would have come out with way less scars. So I'm excited that what we can do together with this book is collect all those stories, real examples, real learnings, both the mistakes and the great decisions, and lay them out in a way that people that are staring into that forest, slightly afraid to go forward, but know that you have to go through it to get to the other side, that we can help guide people through that process and that launch through the explosive growth period.